Welcome back to Goliath Disc Golf. My name is Noah Jireh. I'm a part of Team Goliath Discs, and today I'm giving you an in-depth review of the Jireh. Let's check it out. Just like with the Pillar and the Ambush reviews, I will throw all these discs, both of these, not all, but both, on hyzer, flat, and anhyzer, and then give you my thoughts at the end. But if you wanted to just pause the video right now and check out and buy a Jireh, then use my discount code NOAH10. That should give you a nice 10% in when you check out, because who doesn't like a good discount, right? So if you are going to buy one, use my discount code. It'll be in the description below in case you want to be able to put it in 100% correctly. Anyways, I want to give you my thoughts on the feel of the Jireh before I throw them. First of all, the difference between the two plastics and feel is that the Oasis plastic has a little bit more dome to it. So the Oasis kind of raises off the wing and then kind of flattens out. It gives it, honestly, it's a really unique feel. And at first, when I first grabbed the Jireh, I was like, I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about this. But as I've thrown it in the past, I began to like the feel a lot more. And it almost feels like a ultimate frisbee, like a catch disc. And I really like throwing ultimate frisbees, especially because it doesn't hurt my hand when I catch them, right? So that's the nice thing about the Oasis. But if you don't like a dome, then the Old Testament is way more flat. It is considerably more flat, and it is more not puddle top, I would say, but just flatter, which makes it easier to grab. And on the bottom, there is like a bead or kind of a wing on it. Not a wing, but like I would say a bead that fits in the hand nicely. It's not overbearing to where it's uncomfortable. So those are my initial thoughts on the feel. And I'm gonna throw the Old Testament on hyzer first, and then the Oasis. Oh, there's also kind of a left to right wind pushing that way. And I'm gonna save my thoughts for the end. So Old Testament first on hyzer. Those PVC pipes tell me the distance. So that was roughly 350 feet first shot. So now for the Oasis. About 325. I threw the Oasis a little bit higher, but it should give you a good flight. Now, when I throw these flat, the left to right wind may not give it a super accurate flight, but I still think it'll tell you the tendencies if it flips or goes dead straight, or if it fades, right? So Old Testament first. Another 330, kind of throw a 350. Okay, Oasis. Yeah, that was nice. You can tell the wind wanted to push it, but still went about 350. Now, based on the first two flights, you may be able to guess how the Jireh may fly on anhyzer, but we'll see. The left to right wind, it's maybe 5 to 7 miles per hour, but it's not super strong. So these flights are pretty accurate. So Old Testament on anhyzer. Old Testament Jireh. Wow. Yeah, that kind of crushed. I didn't throw it on a lot of anhyzer because I didn't want to put so much on it to where it's just gonna turn to a roller. So I gave it a little bit to see if it was gonna push left or go straight or dump out early. So Oasis to see how it compares. fought out a little bit earlier, but kind of the same flight. So I've been throwing all my shots at about 70%. That way I don't throw it too hard and torque on it and all that stuff. But I'll throw forehands at 70% to see how torque resistant it is. So I'm gonna put on hyzer and see if it'll flip or if it'll, whatever it'll do. Here we go. Now for the Oasis. Okay, now that I've thrown the Jireh on all angles and both plastics, here are my initial thoughts, okay? So first, the Old Testament and Oasis have very similar flights out of the box. So right, if you just buy an Old Testament Oasis, it's gonna be almost the same. I think the Oasis is a touch more overstable, right? You could see how it fades a little harder or didn't glide as far. I think the Oasis is a little bit more overstable, but they're pretty close. My second thought is the Old Testament plastic, from experience, will beat in faster than the Oasis. And I currently bag an Old Testament Jireh, and once it gets beaten in, man, this thing is so nice. It'll flip to flat, maybe a touch of fade, dead straight. You know, the Old Testament beats in nice, and it is amazing. And the Oasis is consistently dead straight stable. So I can get the old Oasis to flip up and go flat, and I think that's the difference. The Old Testament will probably beat in way faster than the Oasis, okay? Third thought is for forehands, the Old Testament Jireh kind of grabs with this bead right here, kind of grabs your finger. So if you throw forehands a lot, I'd grab the Oasis forehand. It will come out of the hand smoother. And then my last thought is, this is a point and shoot disc. If you throw it flat, it's gonna go dead straight. Maybe a touch of fade, but the numbers are 5.5, -1.1, and that's pretty much exactly accurate. It goes dead straight, and it is a useful thing to have in your bag. I never really had a mid-range that could just go dead straight. I didn't really like the Mako 3, and I think this is a better version of the Mako 3. And in my opinion, a better version of the MD1 from Discmania. So the Jireh is an immediate yes in my bag, and I think it'll be an immediate yes in your bag. So use my discount code NOAH10. Get yourself a Jireh, because these things are awesome. So grab a Jireh, throw a Jireh, you'll love it.